Welcome back, Savvy Sister. We're still talking about the 4 R's in healing your gut. We already talked about the first R, how and what to remove from your diet, and have started on the second R, replace. So let's continue with the 4 R's approach to restoring and maintaining a super healthy gut so you can lose weight, feel great, and really enjoy your life and age super gracefully. We've talked about the 2-day juice fast, what foods and chemicals to eliminate, what foods to eat, how much water to drink, fiber to make sure you get daily, and about amino detox, a nutraceutical that will help you detox safely. And in our last video, we talked extensively about supplementing with a high-grade omega-3 fatty acid and being an oil snob. So the next step in replace is looking at the needs for digestive support. In Module 1, we talked about the 4 legs of a healthy zebra, with these 4 legs representing the 4 areas required for a healthy gut: digestion, elimination, microflora, and gut wall integrity. So we're now going to cover 3 things that are necessary to assure good digestion: adequate stomach acid, digestive enzymes, and bile. These are the 3 extremely critical components to fully digest the food we eat. As we age, most often after age 50, we have significantly reduced acid production, reduced digestive enzyme production, and reduced bile production. And just this alone will set you up for leaky gut. No wonder so many women experience weight gain and bloating in their midlife years. And if you have had your gallbladder removed, have gallstones or gallbladder problems, inflammation in your mouth or stomach, you have additional challenges. So when we are doing a cleanse, it's best to supplement digestive enzyme supplements that also contain a low-dose betaine hydrochloric acid and ox bile to assure full digestion. This is taken with meals to optimize your digestion of food so that your body can absorb the nutrients. As your gut lining heals, your nutrient absorption will continue to improve as well. So in about 3 weeks, between helping the entire digestive process and healing the gut lining, you will be in a whole different place than you are right now when it comes to absorbing the nutrients you eat. There are numerous symptoms related to low acid and low enzyme production. This is a pretty good list of symptoms: bloating, belching, burning, gas after meals, feeling of fullness after eating, indigestion, heartburn, irritable bowel syndrome, food allergies, nausea after taking supplements, itching around the rectum, foul-smelling stools, mucus in the stools, weak peeling and cracked fingernails, undigested food in the stool, candida infections, iron deficiency, even dilated blood vessels in your cheeks and nose, a B12 deficiency, and bruising or easy bleeding. Lack of adequate enzymes, bile, and stomach acid is a lot bigger and far more common than most people realize. The natural process of aging doesn't just bring about lower sex hormone levels. The natural process of aging also brings about reduced production of digestive enzymes, stomach acid, and bile production. As for bile, your ability to secrete adequate bile is often limited as you age, particularly if you're overweight. Bile is produced in the liver and it's just stored in the gallbladder. Then when you eat, the gallbladder contracts to push out bile to help digest fat. The duct of the gallbladder, this little thing right here, the duct of the gallbladder releases into this common duct that then joins up with another duct that comes from the pancreas, where pancreatic enzymes also travel. They all come together right here and dump in to the small intestine and continue the digestive process there in the small intestine. Unfortunately, sludge builds up on the edges of the gallbladder and ducts, particularly if you're overweight, reducing the amount of bile that makes it to the small intestine so that it can do its job and perform digestive processes. Ox bile extract is an excellent supplement to take in general after the age of 50 and when you are in the process of a gut cleanse. However, there are even more specific times that ox bile extract is even more important. Having any medical condition associated with your gallbladder, including having it removed, or having any signs of sluggish gallbladder or signs of gallstones, is also a very important cause for ox bile extract supplementation. Symptoms that include right upper quadrant pain, where your liver is located, that's right up under the ribs on the right-hand side, particularly after eating, is a huge sign that your gallbladder isn't functioning properly. Any nausea after eating, any constipation, these are all additional reasons to stay on ox bile extracts because it will help support what bile's job is, to break down fat and also to a lesser degree digest protein. It also binds to cholesterol to eliminate cholesterol. And super important is its job in detoxification. It binds to fat-soluble toxins, which is then able to be eliminated from the gut through your stool. So it's pretty doggone important. So here is my signature solution, Harvest Harmony. I believe it to be the perfect digestive aid supplement and of course the one I use. And I think it's perfect because it has all three of these things that you need in one simple capsule. It's definitely necessary for cleanses, but it's often of great help for those older than 50 all of the time and for anyone who has digestive issues even at a younger age. First, Harvest Harmony has a low-dose betaine hydrochloride, which will not cause heartburn. Though I will say, if you use too much betaine hydrochloride, you will get heartburn. The way many doctors actually figure up how much betaine hydrochloride a person needs is to have them take more and more until they max out and get heartburn, and then the doctor starts backing them off. There's really actually nothing wrong with that method. I've actually used it before. So you can do that, but I found that the dose of betaine hydrochloride of 200 milligrams, which is what is in Harvest Harmony, is an excellent overall dose that is much lower than the dose that people can push themselves to, and it still works exceptionally well. Second, Harvest Harmony has ox bile to help digest fats and bind fat-soluble toxins. So it's critical for anyone who has had their gallbladder removed or has gallbladder disease of any kind. And third, Harvest Harmony has the enzymes that are needed to break down proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. The enzymes that they have, that Harvest Harmony has, is peptidase, amylases, pepsin, proteases, glucoamylase, invertase, lipase, and lactase. So it's an excellent product all in all. So obviously I recommend using it during all cleanses, and you may find it helpful all the time with meals, even following your cleanse. It's one capsule with each meal. If you eat a really large meal, you may feel 2 capsules help you digest your food and relieve bloating and discomfort. And 2 capsules is perfectly fine. Sometimes I do take 2 capsules if I eat an exceptionally large meal. Now, if you're an animal lover like me, I think you may find it helpful to know that enzyme deficiencies occur in our pets too. Raw food diets help replace enzyme deficiencies, but they often could use enzyme supplementation too. Little Inca, she's my baby. She has something actually called pancreatic exocrine insufficiency, which was one of the conditions that showed its very ugly head about a year after a very serious bout of pancreatitis. Our vet said she's seeing pancreatic exocrine insufficiency much more common now in both dogs and cats. It's a condition where the production of digestive enzymes are so low, you literally starve to death because you cannot digest food. Inca takes digestive enzymes with every single meal and treat. Plus, we switched her to a raw diet, which has a lot more enzymes in it naturally. So if your pet has this condition, most often they need very high doses of enzymes, and there are prescriptions for that from your vet. But for other just middle-aged to older-aged pets that don't actually have this disease, you may want to consider enzyme supplementation anyway, just like you are supplementing for yourself. A doctor named Karen Becker, who's a veterinarian who works for Dr. Joseph Mercola, has a very nice explanation about it on her website, and you can find it at mercola.com. They also have an excellent natural digestive enzyme powder supplement for dogs and cats. And I really just wanted to tell you about this because it's super important. And I know that if you love your pets like I do, you're going to want to know that they can suffer from the same things that we suffer from. Now, there are some herbal teas that I also like to sip on for digestive support. Eaters Digest peppermint and ginger teas are my favorite, and they're wonderful. Here is the supplement ingredients in these teas. I really like traditional medicinal teas, and I really find them very helpful. And these are all also organic teas. So, how about the foods we eat? Here are some foods that are high in enzymes naturally. They aren't going to be as high in enzymes as a supplement, such as Harvest Harmony, but mixing these foods with other foods are great for your digestive processes. As you can see, there are quite a few that you would want to eat regularly. Avocados, papayas, pineapples, cucumbers, garlic, ginger, sprouts, coconut, flax seeds, which, by the way, should be ground, not eaten whole, apple cider vinegar, lemons and limes, lots and lots of wonderful foods here with enzymes. As for the food we eat, fruits and fermented vegetables contain the highest amounts of digestive enzymes, and each fruit contains different types of digestive enzymes. Unfortunately, though, the riper the fruit, the more enzymes that are available. And I say unfortunately because the riper the fruit and the tastier it is, it also means the more sugar it has. So once again, it's a balance for us midlife ladies to eat fruit in controlled amounts, and before they become very, very ripe, to limit the amount of sugar, but also with proper mixes of other foods to help decrease the sugar load, and to eat these fruits that have wonderful enzymes in them. In addition to that, though, these are wonderful sources of enzymes. With the exception of raw honey, they generally have only one major enzyme to offer. So this is another reason I depend on an enzyme supplement and not just my food. But I do think you should appreciate certain foods and see how they can help you digest food. Pineapples are probably the most well-known fruit that helps us digest food. They contain a group of digestive enzymes called bromelain, which helps break down proteins. Bromelain is so effective at breaking down protein that it is also available as a supplement by itself. Papayas contain the digestive enzyme papain, which also breaks down proteins. Mangoes contain the digestive enzyme amylase, which breaks down carbohydrates. And raw honey contains a variety of digestive enzymes, including diastase, amylase, invertase, which digest carbohydrates, maltose, glucose, and sucrose. And it also contains proteases, which break down proteins. So raw honey is really excellent. How about good old bananas? They contain amylases and glucosidases, two enzymes that digest complex carbohydrates. Avocados contain digestive enzyme lipase, which breaks down fat. Kefir is a fermented milk drink that contains many digestive enzymes, including lipases, proteases, and lactases. And these enzymes break down fat, protein, and lactose. So these foods have the very enzymes in them that break themselves down. That's one of the reasons whole, natural, raw foods are so healthy for us. They give us what we even need to break themselves down. So with their nutrients, they are more easily absorbed because they also offer the very enzymes that help break themselves down. Very ingenious, huh? Sauerkraut is a type of fermented cabbage, and kimchi is made from fermented vegetables. Both add enzymes such as proteases, lipases, and amylases. Miso is a popular seasoning in Asian foods and is made by fermenting soybeans with salt and koji. Koji is actually a type of fungus and adds a variety of digestive enzymes, including lactases, lipases, proteases, and amylases. So note that organic fermented soy is not a restricted high allergen food to remove during a cleanse. Organic fermented soy is not a high allergen food. Non-organic, non-fermented soy is a high allergen food that we eliminate. Kiwi fruit contains the digestive enzyme actinidium, which helps digest proteins, particularly beef and soy protein. Ginger contains the digestive enzyme zingabane, which is a protease, breaks down protein. It aids digestion by helping food move faster through the digestive tract and boosts the body's own production of digestive enzymes. So we absolutely love ginger. So though we do have benefits of enzymes with some of these wonderful foods, I think you now see how difficult it is to get adequate enzyme supplementation based on the foods you eat. So for me, and my recommendation for you, is to take an enzyme supplement with each meal. The usual dose of Harvest Harmony is 1 capsule at mealtime, preferably taken with the first bite. But if you forget and don't have it available with the first bite, take it as soon as you remember. If you realize late into your meal and that you forgot your enzyme, take it as soon as you remember. It will still help. Preferably, though, with your first bite, Harvest Harmony will work best. Just try to remember and put plans into action to not forget. Harvest Harmony is really one of the easier supplements to remember because it's right at the beginning of the meal. And it's something that I leave out on the counter so I don't forget it. Now, next up, we'll be talking about whether or not a multivitamin and mineral supplement is needed. This is the last video in the second R replace in the 4 R's to healing your gut. So now you know everything you need to know about the digestive process, which is so critical in the process of absorbing your nutrients, and is one of the reasons energy levels increase during a gut cleanse. You're actually absorbing more nutrients. Nutrients your body has needed for a long time that you thought you were getting all along, but probably weren't really getting fully at all. So I'll see you in our next video when we continue the second R, replace, in the 4 R's for gut healing. Bye-bye. See you soon.